Today, we are diving deep into a leadership philosophy that is, frankly, as radical as it is successful. It comes from the book Lead with LUV by Ken Blanchard and Southwest Airlines' own Colleen Barrett. And trust me, it's a completely different way to think about building a truly great business. All right, let's just jump right into the deep end with a question that pretty much attacks the foundation of modern business. And I want you to really think about this for a second. What if the number one primary goal of your company was not making money? I know it sounds like complete heresy, right? But it's the exact idea that fueled one of the most successful airlines in history. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to unpack this powerful idea. We'll look at two totally different leadership styles, flip the traditional business pyramid completely upside down, see what kind of cultural DNA makes it all work, talk about empowering our teams, and then ultimately, we're going to redefine what leadership even means. At the core of all this is a fundamental choice every leader makes whether they know it or not. Are you building a personal kingdom where everything and everyone is there to serve you? Or are you building a thriving community where everyone can bring their best stuff to the table? That one choice changes absolutely everything. So let's break it down. You've got your self-serving leader. For them, the whole world revolves around the top of the pyramid. All the energy flows up to them, and their main job, protecting their own position. But then you have the complete opposite, the servant leader. Their focus is on their people. They push energy out to the customers, and their goal is to build up others, not themselves. It is a total reversal of purpose. And let's be super clear here. Servant leadership is not some soft, feel-good, fluffy idea. Nope. It is a hard-nosed, strategic decision to flip the power structure. The leader's job is no longer to be served by the team. The leader's job is to serve the team by clearing the path so they can do amazing things for the customer. And this, right here, brings us to the core strategy that made Southwest Airlines an absolute legend. They didn't just put servant leadership on a poster. They re-engineered the entire priority list of their business. They literally turned the pyramid upside down. And here it is, the beautifully simple, revolutionary formula. Step 1, take care of your people. Period. Treat your employees like they are your number one customer. Step 2, if you do that, they will provide legendary, unforgettable service to your actual customers. And step 3, an army of happy, loyal customers delivers consistent, reliable profits to your shareholders. People first, customers second, shareholders third. It's a complete inversion of how most companies think. This quote just nails it. Profit isn't the goal. Profit is the result. It's the applause, the standing ovation you get for absolutely crushing the first two steps. It's what happens when you have a healthy, thriving, people-first culture. It's a consequence, not the pursuit. So, okay, that's the theory. But how does this actually show up day to day? Well, it all comes down to culture. A model this radical just falls apart without a powerful culture holding it together. And for Southwest, that culture is built on 3 super clear, very actionable pillars. These are the 3 values that drive every single decision they make. They hire for them, they promote for them, and they celebrate them. A warrior spirit, a servant's heart, and a fun, loving attitude. Let's dig into what each one of these really means in practice. First up is warrior spirit. Now, this isn't about being aggressive. It's about a relentless drive for excellence. It's about urgency. It's the desire to be the best, to work hard, and to win as a team. I mean, the idea of turning a plane around with the speed and precision of an Indy 500 pit crew, that perfectly captures that high-performance, all-in mindset. Next, we've got the servant's heart. And this is where the philosophy gets real. This story about the founder, Herb Kelleher, is famous for a reason. He saw a team member who needed help, so he got on the floor with her and licked envelopes until 4 in the morning. He didn't think the job was beneath him. He just saw a person who needed support. That, right there, is what servant leadership looks like. And finally, my favorite, the fun-loving attitude. This is giving people permission to be human, to not take themselves so seriously, even when the business itself is very serious. I mean, a flight attendant dumping peanuts in the aisle for fun? That kind of spontaneous joy creates an unforgettable experience and a place where people actually want to come to work. So what happens when you mix these values with servant leadership? Well, something pretty incredible. You stop managing ducks and you start empowering eagles. This is probably one of the most powerful analogies in the whole book. Oh man, we have all heard the quacking of ducks, haven't we? Sorry, that's our policy.
It's not my department. You'll have to talk to my manager. It's the sound of bureaucracy, of people trapped by rules. But eagles soar above all that. They take ownership. They look for solutions. They say things like, let's solve this, or I can take care of that for you. They're empowered to solve the problem, not just follow a script.
This story from Ken Blanchard himself makes it painfully obvious. He forgot his ID. The Southwest employee, the eagle, used common sense, saw his face on his own book cover, and solved the problem. The employees at another airline, the ducks, just quacked about policy and created a huge mess. Same problem, two totally different worlds, all because of culture.
And this is the secret sauce. Empowerment comes from trust. The Eagle philosophy basically says, look, the rules are just guidelines. We trust you. We trust you to use your judgment and just do the right thing for the customer. That simple shift in thinking unleashes a massive amount of human potential. So here's a real question for you. Think about where you work. Who gets the promotions? Who gets celebrated? Is it the people who follow the rules, no matter what, the ducks? Or is it the people who take initiative and solve problems for customers, the eagles? Your answer tells you everything you need to know about your company's culture. Okay, so all of this, the servant leadership, the inverted pyramid, the eagles, it all comes together under one final and maybe controversial idea, a word you almost never hear in a boardroom: love. Love. This redefinition of leadership is just profound. And this isn't about being soft. It's about a fierce kind of commitment. It's loving your mission, your customers, and your people so much that you love yourself enough to get your own ego out of the way and just let other people be magnificent. But love can feel a little vague, right? How do you actually do it at work? Well, the book breaks it down into 9 concrete, specific behaviors. These aren't just feelings, they're choices you make every single day. For example, patience isn't just waiting around, it's the choice to really listen to someone who's struggling. Humility is being willing to actually say, I was wrong. This is how love stops being an abstract idea and becomes a powerful, real-world leadership strategy.
And this quote from Colleen Barrett just captures the whole spirit of it. Leading with LUV isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. Look, anyone can admire your strengths, but it's your honesty about your own vulnerabilities that earns genuine respect and builds real trust with your team. So, we end where we started, with a question, a challenge. What would actually happen if this philosophy were put into practice where you work? If employees were truly number one, if profit was seen as the applause, and if leadership was truly understood as an act of service? Just think about it for a minute. How would everything change if you decided to lead with LUV?